So many meaningful stories were left untold in the Harry Potter films. A great example of this is the story of Regulus Black. Regulus Black was only briefly mentioned in the films, but there is so much to his story. In this video, we're going to discuss the life of Regulus Black and why he very well may be one of the greatest heroes in the wizarding world. Regulus Black was born into the pure-blood Black family. His mother Walburga and father Orion were obsessed with blood purity, and while they themselves were not Death Eaters, they were convinced that Voldemort was doing the right thing by trying to eliminate Muggles and bringing wizards and witches out of hiding for them to rule both the wizarding and the Muggle worlds. Regulus was the youngest of two sons. His older brother Sirius was described as being a severe disappointment to the family because he didn't believe in the ideology of blood purity, and he was sorted into Gryffindor house versus the traditional Black family house, which was Slytherin. At the age of 16, Sirius ran away from home and was disowned by the family. He rarely ever saw his brother after this moment, and his name was marked off the family tree. This made it very clear to Regulus that going against the ideology of blood purity would not be tolerated in his home. Regulus, on the other hand, from a very young age, admired Lord Voldemort and had the ambition to become a Death Eater later on in life. Regulus decorated his room with Slytherin colors all throughout and had photos and articles about the Dark Lord and his followers that he cut from the Daily Prophet and hung in his bedroom alongside his family crest. As a student in Hogwarts, Regulus was sorted into Slytherin house and eventually played as Seeker in his house Quidditch team. He was also part of Horace Slughorn's elite slug club. When he turned 16, he joined Voldemort's cause and became a Death Eater. Regulus was incredibly faithful to Voldemort and desired to prove his loyalty to him in any way possible. However, it didn't take long before he started to feel that maybe Voldemort's tactics were a little bit too extreme, and he began to second guess his decision. One day, Voldemort asked Regulus for the use of his house elf Kreacher, and Regulus, eager to please his master, accepted. As a young boy and all throughout his life, Regulus had a good relationship with the family house elf and was always very kind to him. In return, Kreacher was very loyal to Regulus. Voldemort took Kreacher to the cave next to the sea and forced Kreacher to test the obstacles he made to protect the Slytherin locket, which he had turned into a Horcrux. As they entered deeper into the cave, there was a vast black lake with an island in the center. Voldemort pulled a boat from the water and the two crossed over to the island. On the island was a basin filled with potion, which Voldemort forced Kreacher to drink. The elf screeched in pain as he felt his body burn inside and terrible images flooded his brain. But Voldemort, seeing Kreacher as beneath him, forced Kreacher to drink till there was no more potion left. Kreacher called out and begged for his master Regulus to save him. Voldemort, now confident that his potion would work, refilled the basin and left Kreacher to die in the cave alone. In his desperation to ease the burning pain, Kreacher began to drink water from the Black Lake, and as he reached down, the Inferi came out and pulled Kreacher under. When it seemed like there was no hope, Regulus called Kreacher back to him, and Kreacher escaped by disapparating out of the cave. This was a detail that Voldemort had completely overlooked, as no normal witch or wizard would have been able to do this. When Kreacher returned, he told his master everything that happened. Regulus was shocked by what Kreacher was telling him and by his condition, and it was at this moment that he realized that Voldemort was capable of anything to reach his goal. It was at this moment when he worked out that Voldemort was creating Horcruxes, although he was uncertain of how many exactly existed at the time. This was the deciding factor for Regulus's defection. Regulus ordered Kreacher to stay hidden, and he set off to find an exact replica of the locket. Once obtained, he wrote a letter that read, "To the Dark Lord, I know I will be dead long before you read this, But I want you to know that it was I who discovered your secret. I have stolen the real Horcrux and intend to destroy it as soon as I can. I face death in hope that when you meet your match, you will be mortal once again. Signed, R.A.B. Regulus returned home and ordered Kreacher to take him to the cave, and Kreacher obeyed. With Kreacher's knowledge of how to get past the obstacles, they gained access into the cave and soon after the island. Regulus pulled out the fake locket and gave Kreacher specific directions, which were that after he finished the potion, to switch the fake locket with the real one, and when he had done so, to leave without him, and never tell his mother what he had done. He also told Kreacher to destroy the locket. Regulus proceeded to drink the potion, and as he screamed from the burning pain, and as he seeked water from the black lake, he was dragged beneath the water by the inferi. Kreacher watched and cried as his master disappeared out of sight. As he was ordered, Kreacher disapparated from the cave and returned home, never to speak to anyone about the events that happened that day. The elf tried to destroy the locket in any way he could, but no matter what he did, he was unsuccessful. He spent the rest of his life punishing himself for not having been able to complete the task his master had given him. Years later, Harry and Dumbledore went to the same cave and retrieved the locket, unaware that it was a fake. As Harry, Ron, and Hermione sheltered in 12 Grimmauld Place, they realized that the initials on the letter in the fake locket, R.A.B., stood for Regulus Arcturus Black. It was here where they encountered Kreacher, who was now Harry's elf, after he had inherited the house and all its belongings after Sirius's death. Kreacher shared with the trio the events of that night in the cave and how Regulus had wanted him to keep it secret in order to protect the Black family. Harry said, "We want to finish the work Master Regulus started. We want to ensure that he didn't die in vain." Harry gave Kreacher the fake locket that he had retrieved in the cave. "Kreacher, I'd like you to have this. This belonged to Regulus, and I'm sure he'd want you to have it as a token of gratitude." Kreacher wore that locket around his neck from then on. During the Battle of Hogwarts, Kreacher, who worked in the Hogwarts kitchens, led the house elves into battle, proudly wearing Regulus's locket on his chest and chanting, "Fight! Fight for my master, defender of the house elves. Fight the Dark Lord in the name of brave Regulus. Fight." So although Regulus started his journey as a follower of Voldemort, be it by choice or to remain in good standings with his mother, he made one of the greatest and most selfless sacrifices. He gave his life in the protection of his family and for the greater good of the wizarding world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.